What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with just a really quick video. As you saw in my last video, I have this awesome 1990s, I believe, Greedo. And I've been looking for a weapon for it, and one of my friends on the Facebook bootleg groups, he had one. And I didn't want to bother, he's a really busy guy, and I didn't want to bother him just for one of these weapons. And so I said, hey, do you have any other Mexican bootlegs for sale? And he had this Klatuu 1990s Mexican bootleg, and it came with his Force Pike. And I wanted to show that to you along with the pistol that I got for Greedo. And here he is. As you saw in my other video, I've got a green one to go with my light green Greedo. And then I got this white one, which will match Vampire Greedo very nicely. His weapon will look nice. It's a 1990s Mexican bootleg weapon, and it's a 1990s Mexican bootleg Greedo. So I'm going to send those two in together to CAS here soon. And here's the Greedo. This is the Force Pike that he came with, and it gives you a little bit of a look. You know, as I mentioned in a different video, these often came on spruce trees, factory spruce trees. With this one, with a lightsaber, with this pistol, a Palace blaster pistol, and two or three others. I think there's like 5 or 6 different weapons that would come on the same spruce tree, and they'd put them in all the 1990s bootlegs. And so, you know, I didn't want to get like a baggie or anything because then you have to break them open. But, you know, the seller, he had these weapons for sale along with this Klatuu. And, you know, for those of you who are just are interested in bootlegs and maybe don't have any, or just thinking about dipping your toe in the bootleg world, number one, don't do it because you'll start spending way too much money like I have. But if you do, the 1990s Mexican bootlegs are a great way to get into those at a minimal cost. This Klatuu with his Force Pike was 20 bucks. So you don't have to spend a ton of money to get some really cool kind of vintage, you know, not vintage, but, you know, 90s bootlegs. It's semi-articulated, which is what most of the 1990s ones are. And it's got great paint. I mean, look at the paint on him. You know, the paint on these 1990s bootlegs is very poor in general. But this is molded in gray plastic, and it has black boots, a black chest band, brown vest, and then the green, and you know, the color mold or the face mold for this Klatuu is actually really nice and very similar to the Kenner. So, you know, you can pick up some really nice semi-articulated you know, 1990s bootlegs for relatively inexpensive if you start making friends in the Facebook community or just look online on eBay. You know, obviously this is a very common one, this Klatuu, but you know, something like this is 20 bucks, but you know, to get something like this Greedo is much more difficult. I mean, it took me a long time to find these Greedos, and you'd be prepared to spend, you know, a little bit more money. You know, just in the order of magnitude, it's, you know, this I picked up for about 75 bucks, I believe. I can't remember the exact number. But to get one, I was willing to pay that because it's just so hard to find. Most sellers or most owners do not want to part with them, and they hoard them for whatever reason. They hoard the Greedos, and the Greedos, the Bosks, and the squid heads are very tough to find. There's just so many different variants for them, and collectors tend to like to get 4, 5, or 6 of them, and they won't part with them. So that is just a quick video. I just wanted to show you what just arrived from the mailman, and so now my Greedo is complete. I mean, I don't complete all my bootlegs, but when I saw that my buddy had these weapons for sale, I just couldn't pass it up, and I thought it would look a lot better in the CAS case once I had, you know, the Han Solo Greedo blaster to go with it. So, anyway, that's all I really had. Thanks for watching.